Ladies and gentlemen, I want to have a conversation with you. It's not going to be a long conversation. It is about real estate. I just got off of a telephone with 5,000 people on a show, and we're arguing about what is and what is not uh, this real estate conversation that I continue to go through with people, and we need to just clear some stuff up, okay? A home is not an investment. It is a long-term obligation that allows you to borrow a ridiculous amount of money relative to how much. Let's say you're buying a $100,000 house. You effectively need $10,000 to buy a $100,000 house to engage in a long-term contract that requires you to not only pay the interest of the contract, you have to also pay the taxes. So you will never, ever really own that home. If you have to pay the taxes to anyone, and if you don't pay the taxes, you then lose the property. And you've heard uh, thousands of stories of farmers, ranchers, people that own homes for 50, 60, 70 years, and they could no longer afford to pay the tax, the surcharges, or whatever fees they place, they being the government that's basically holding the land and can control the land. If you do not pay your taxes, you will have that property seized from you. Is that an investment that you own? I think not. Okay. You also have to take care of this property. You get to take care of the roof. You get to take care of the plumbing, the power, the insurance that you cannot control as to what the price of the insurance is going to be. You get to deal with storms and roofs that need to be replaced every 20 years. If you live by the water like me, things rust quicker. Nothing can survive the elements. Let's see, if you have a pool, you have to heat the pool in the wintertime. You have to have people clean the pool. And if you don't have people that can clean the pool, then you get to step away from your work that you're a professional in to go clean the pool, which you know nothing about. And then on a Saturday, you get to clean the leaves off the roof and sweep the yard, mow the yard, take care of the yard, fertilize the yard, make sure the yard's not getting too much water or not too little water. And then you've got to secure your property. You've got to, put security cameras, alarms. This is not an investment. You might as well own a damn business, okay? And put up with all the headaches of dealing with a business. This is a deep, deep obligation. Furthermore, it traps you into a location. Why you would want to be trapped in a location when the world is so transient today, I have no idea. So for all of you that think that you continue to say real estate is an investment, owning a home is not an investment. Ma'am, Sally, Betty, whoever told you the white picket fence story, it's a beautiful story. However, it comes with massive, massive obligations. It is not an investment. It is a home. Now, you can argue with me whether your children are going to be cool in a rental or if you're going to be okay in a home that you say you own, which you don't. But if the complexion of your children and the way they behave is relevant to whether you rent a home and invest your money or whether you put money into a home that you then are the renter in, which is stupid. What, you're going to pay the bank to then rent the property back from the bank, and you're going to call that an investment? Okay, well, you're going to get crushed, okay? You're going to get crushed because you don't understand what investments are, and you don't understand what risk-adjusted investing is, and you don't understand that an investment that has massive, even if a home was an investment, you compare an investment that has no maintenance, no tax exposure, can move very, very quickly on a dime, ultimately auditable, ultimately fungible. If you have a buyer that's in California and you have a house in Texas, guess what? They're not buying your house. I mean, that's probably a bad example, right? But because people from California moving to Texas, but the location of your home has to be perfect. if I'm 22 years old, 32, 42, 62, I'm looking at getting out of these maintenance heavy investments, if it is indeed an investment. I won't argue with you, but you cannot argue with me that this investment in a home doesn't have massive maintenance requirements, massive long-term costs that you cannot control. You cannot control what it's going to cost you to hire an electrician one day, guys. You can't control what your insurance is going to be in 3 years. You can't control what it's going to be in 1 year. You buy 1 year insurance. You do not buy 30-year insurance. If you want to own real estate, okay, there's 4 different packages of real estate. There's commercial real estate, there's agricultural real estate, there is investment, I said commercial, there's multi-dwelling real estate that you can buy pieces of investments into an apartment building that pays you a yield, and then you get all the value of depreciation, amortization, 1031 exchanges. That's all available. Now it would generate cash that you could then invest in something that's going to grow. You take those distributions that were spit out to you from your investment strategy. Say you do it with my brother, you do it with me, whoever you do it with, you get a distribution. That distribution then goes to not paying your bills. It goes to reinvesting in another investment vehicle that grows. It doesn't require you to maintain it all the time. You guys getting this point? Okay. If you think owning a home is an investment, I am happy to do a 1.5 hour space and you can come and debate me why a house. Please bring your wife, your children, anybody, your dad, your mommy, anybody you want to bring. I will talk them off this silly cliff so quickly. Stop believing in BS, okay? A home is not an investment. An investment is something that you make a logical decision on that requires a level of energy that you're willing to put into that investment, and that you know that the energy, both the money and the time and attention you place on that asset, not that obligation. Obligations aren't assets. Obligations are debts. You owe something. You have to do something. One last thing. None of anything that I just spoke about. A real investment in real estate and real world assets. A mortgage is not a real world asset. It is a legacy traditional asset. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is a hard asset, can't be duplicated, can't be copied, can't be increased in volume. 97, 98, 99% of the volume has already been issued and in the market. Imagine all those homes are already built. There's not going to be any more homes built. And we know exactly how many of these are being built every day. And it's half. Every 4 years, they cut the amount of production that's coming to the market by half, and they will do that for the next 100 and some odd years. Now, that is a piece of real estate. And it's a piece of real estate I own a lot of. I own a ton of this stuff, but I most certainly do not own enough. And I will be buying some right now after this show at around $90,000. Imagine buying a house 100 years ago, best house in the world. It was priced at $90,000 in Manhattan. Okay. And this house, it never gets old. Ciao.